Hi guys, this is Mike at tabletbyte.com, and in this quick clip I'm going to show you some of the differences between the Asus EEE Pad Transformer and the HP TouchPad in a very short video comparison of the two. First of all, we have the devices right here. As you saw, this is on the left, it's the Asus EEE Pad Transformer, a 10.1 inch tablet, and on the right, a 9.7 inch tablet from HP, the TouchPad. Both they don't really look the same, they're a little bit different, and I'm going to start by comparing these two in terms of size. And first of all, let's see which one is longer, and it's pretty obvious that the Asus EEE Pad Transformer is way longer than this other one. However, the HP TouchPad is thicker, and when comparing them in terms of thickness, you're going to see that there's a little bit of extra for the HP TouchPad as well. Now, in terms of weight, 1.6 pounds for the TouchPad, 1.5 pounds for the Asus EEE Pad Transformer. So can't really say that one is a clear winner here, but when using them during your everyday tasks, this one feels a little bit cheap, because the exterior, you can see it's made from plastic, and despite having these round edges which make it comfortable to hold like this, it won't be that reliable. It will catch fingerprints, it will catch smudges, especially on this particular black finish. The Asus, on the other hand, uses some metallic edges, and they are a bit sharp, which is a bit uncomfortable when holding it like this. And the back is covered in some texture plastic, feels quite nice and will be quite solid, doesn't catch fingerprints and allow decent grip. So overall build quality, I think it's a little bit better on the Asus EEE Pad Transformer. Now let's go ahead and take a quick look on the sides and see what we have. We're going to start with the HP TouchPad, and as you probably know, this is a 4:3 aspect ratio tablet, where this one is a wider tablet with a wider display. So on top, this one can be easily used in portrait or in landscape mode. But the camera, you can see that it has a front-facing camera, and this one is placed on top when holding it in portrait mode. And speaking of cameras, there is a front-facing camera on the Asus EEE Pad Transformer as well, but on the back, if you're going to turn this two, you're going to find that the HP TouchPad lacks a rear-facing camera, while this one has a 5 megapixel camera. Stills, they're not that great, and there's no flash, but it can shoot 720p content. So if you want something like this, you won't get on the HP TouchPad. Now, let's get back to those ports, and we're going to start with the touchpad. On top, you have, like I said, the headphone jack, microphone and power button. Button is a little bit squeaky here and wobbly, you can see. Volume rocker on this side, and there is this particular slot where there's the serial number for this particular tablet. On the button there is a micro USB port, for connecting it to the computer and charging it. And on this other side, excellent Beats audio speakers. They're actually great. Some of the best speakers you're going to find on a tablet right now. And this tablet also offers great audio output on its headphone jack. So if you use some good headphones, you're going to enjoy great audio quality on this one. And on the front you also have a home button, but it is kind of small and kind of difficult to press. It's not round like on the iPad. Now on the Transformer, you have here on the back, on the bottom, the proprietary docking connection, the docking latches. On this other side you have one of the speakers and volume rocker and power button, and buttons feel a little bit better on this one, a little bit better build. On top there's actually nothing on top, and on this other side you have the headphone jack, microphone, and you have here a mini HDMI and a micro SD card slot and the other speakers. So stereo speakers on both of them, but definitely audio quality is poorer than what you get on the touchpad, and volume is poorer as well. But this one has the mini HDMI and a micro SD card extension, while this one actually lacks any of those features. Still, it has USB if you need this, while this one doesn't, the tablet itself doesn't, but you have the docking station, I probably know, with the keyboard and standard full-size USB 2.0 plus an SD card and stuff like this. I should also add a couple of things about the screens. Both this device have excellent screens with IPS panels, which is something quite nice. And I'm going to compare the two here. Let me go ahead and get this one, not this option, this option. Okay, so both the screens are right now set to maximum brightness, and this is how they look. Of course, I've showed you there's wider displayed on this one, 1280 by 800 pixel resolution and IPS panel, while this one it's the same, another IPS panel but a 9.7 inch display with a 1024 by 768 pixel screen resolution, sorry, and a 4:3 aspect ratio. So this one can be also used in portrait mode and in landscape, while this one is better suited for landscape and for watching content. Of course, both run different types of operating system and built on different platforms. This one, the Asus Transformer, has a Tegra 2 dual-core processor and 1 GB of RAM, capable graphics, and you can choose between 16 to 32 GB of storage, but you can extend that with a micro SD. Well, this one you have a Scorpion, Qualcomm Scorpion 1.2 GHz dual-core processor and pretty good graphics as well, 1 GB of RAM and 16 to 32 GB of storage as well, which can't be extended. However, there will be a version with 64 GB of storage available in the near future. In terms of viewing angles, both screens are pretty much the same because, like I said, both feature IPS panels, so not that much to say about this here. It's really based on what you're going to need. The wider display or the 4.3 inch display, that the 4:3 inch display that allows better productivity. However, there are the differences between the OS, and I'm not going to insist on those because there are clips that compare the two. HP TouchPad running WebOS, the Asus EEE Pad Transformer running Android Honeycomb 3.2. Both come with their pros and cons. This one is a little bit, let's say, faster, and some of the apps are better optimized for the screen and for multi-touch activities, while this one of course has all these customizations options. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to understand by beginners, but overall it's way better because it offers access to a bunch of applications made by third-party developers, sorry. And this one only has some of the basic applications like a web browser, multimedia content playing service that supports music, photos and videos, and email, maps and messaging client. These are mainly the things you're going to find on this particular tablet, while on this one you have games and you have access to all these applications in Android's market, Android's store. Now, in terms of pricing and battery life, you can expect on both of these around 7 to 8 hours of life, which is quite good, and that should be enough to take you to an entire day's work. And this is actually what you should expect from a tablet these days. Of course, on the Asus, if you're going to connect a docking station, you get 14 hours of life, which is quite a thing to have right now. This one doesn't have that many accessories available. And in terms of pricing, the Asus EEE Pad Transformer goes for $399, around $400 for the 16 GB Wi-Fi only version. And the HP TouchPad, you probably know, initially it was launched at $499, which is right on par there with the iPad. But then it went discounted and you could have the 16 GB Wi-Fi version for only $99. So that was an excellent bargain for those that only want a tablet for daily average use. Like I said, email, browsing, some multimedia content, some messaging for $99. This is the best deal you can get, and I believe it's actually worth more. If you can find it for $200, maybe $250, I would get it, especially since it will come with theoretically in the near future with Android. There will be Android working on the HP TouchPad. So of course it's hard to say which one is the better pick. Like I said, for the average user, if you can find it for cheap, you can get the touchpad. Otherwise, if you want the extra ports and you want all the extra customization options offered by Android, plus you want the extra accessories including the battery, the docking station, and some of the cases and all the other stuff available for the Asus EEE Pad Transformer, I'll get this one. Otherwise, the HP WebOS, the HP TouchPad with WebOS is a pretty nice tablet as well. More details are available on the site on tabletbuy.com, and if you want to read them, just go ahead. There will be a link in the description of this clip added later on. And for more details, like I said, go on the site or watch some of our other clips. And that was Mike for today. Thank you very much with the HP TouchPad and the Asus EEE Pad Transformer. If you liked our clip, please subscribe and press thumbs up. Thank you.